and welcome to another review from Colour with Claire. Today I'm reviewing the beautiful Sèrene by Nicholas F. Chandrawienata. Now you may recognise his name from a previous review that I did of one of his other books, this book Fantasia, and this includes loads of different mythical and fantastical characters that he's illustrated, and his style is just absolutely amazing. He's just so talented, as you can see, just beautiful artwork, and Sèrene is certainly no exception. So the boring bits first. The book, as you can see, is landscape facing. It's orientated that way round, and this is an A4 piece of paper, so you can see just how much bigger it is than A4. It's actually 34 by 24 centimetres and it weighs 580 grams, so really decent, substantial book. So there are 32 black and white images in this book. Do we need to turn it this way? No, not yet. There are a few portrait ones. So yes, 32 illustrations with 64 pages in total because it is one-sided. So the first bit here is just the sort of copyright information and bits like that. We then have this lovely wreath, and he has actually signed this, and the link that I'm going to give you to buy this book, if you want to, all of those books will be signed as well, so you'll be able to get a signed copy. So we go straight in with the illustrations. Now, as you can see, this is the lady from the front cover, so you're able to colour her as well. And just absolutely beautiful artwork. I mean, to say these are all original hand-drawn pieces, you know, it's just such a talent. I'm absolutely massive fan of Nicholas's work, and you can find him on Instagram, and he posts a lot of things on there that you might not have seen in his books. So most of his work is to do with the female or the male form. So we're looking at portraiture, but incredibly detailed and embellished people, rather than just, you know, a face or a body. All of this sort of foliage, flowers, metalwork and surrounding things. This is a gorgeous one. She actually really reminds me of Anna Paquin from True Blood. Yeah, so beautiful. This is another gorgeous one. So this is like a stone angel. We have this little girl who looks a little bit Christmassy, maybe. She's got a lot of fruit and bits and bobs around her headdress. And we have this beautiful sort of metallic, sort of a structure around her there, attached to the, I mean, the clothes are absolutely amazing. It's incredible how he's thought of all these beautifully opulent clothes and headdresses. Now, as you can see, his style very much features lots of shading and cross-hatching and things like that, so you will be able to recognise where to put your light and dark colours, your highlights and shadows, because the pre-shading helps you know where to put those, so that is quite handy. This is a beautiful one. So this is almost steampunk, with all these little wheels and pipes and latches and things in the background. So on the back of each image, I'll just show you, is the name of the person or the character that's in that page, and then Nick's Instagram and email information. So that's on the back of every single page. And each character has its own personal name. So this one is Iris, as you can see here. And there are variations within the illustrations. They're not all exactly the same amount of detail or intricacy, but they are, for the most part, incredibly detailed. Now, this is a gorgeous sort of a mermaid underwater sort of scene. We've got this whale here, a ship. We've got lots of coral shells, just absolutely beautiful. This lady looks like she's going out to war. She has this animal skull headdress. Yeah, her name's the Goddess of War. So the paper, or should I say card, is incredibly thick. Not sure on the exact GSM of the pages, but just you can hear how thick that is. Incredibly thick card. It's not paper, it's definitely card, and it does have some tooth to it. I doubt you'll be able to see, but it does feel and look quite toothy. So incredible for your coloured pencils, thick enough for your markers. If you're using alcohol markers, of course, put something behind it. But I did use alcohol markers on my page, and I noticed that there was barely any imprint behind. In fact, here's the imprint that was left. So that's a testament to how thick the card in this book is, that alcohol markers barely made any impression on the card underneath. So here we go with a portrait orientated one here. Lots of flowers and blooms and some jewels in there as well. This book is amazing for you to practice your skin tones and your hair tones if that's something that you need a little bit more experience with. So some of the images take up the whole entire page and some of them are sort of centralised. And here's the one that I did. I coloured this with Spectrum Noir Illustrator markers. I used my Inktense sticks and a paintbrush to create this sort of blurry black background effect, and then I used a white gel pen just to add touches of highlights and stars all around it. So really enjoyed doing this, and as you can see when I turn it over, the alcohol markers do make quite a lot of impression on the reverse, but as I say, barely anything on the underneath protective paper. So absolutely incredible quality book, and yeah, really enjoyed doing that. I decided to use quite a lot of muted tones because I wanted the roses to really stick out and look, you know, properly postbox red against the black. So yeah, really like that one. I'm not sure if it's easy to get frames for this size of book, but these are truly frame-worthy pieces, honestly. Once you've finished one of these, you're not just going to want to keep it in the book. They need to be displayed, they need to be shown. The talent is just incredible, I keep saying, but you know, just amazing, love it. So that is the very end of the book, and there's no sort of extra auxiliary pages. It just pretty much gets straight into the illustrations and finishes when it's finished. So there is Sèrene. The back looks like this. It's a little bit marked from where I've had it on my desk, but it's just a beautiful sort of greeny, olivey, almost olive green colour, and yeah, amazing. So everything's brilliant about it. It's not perforated, which is a little bit of a disappointment, but I can totally put up with that for the amazing quality of the rest of the publication. So where can you get it? The big question. So this book is notoriously difficult to find because Nicholas only does small print runs. So once they've sold out, you have to wait until he does another print run. So the place I found it, and it's got quite good levels of stock, is Colourful Birdhouse on Etsy. Now I'm going to be putting the link in the description below, so do check that out because that's one of the best places you can find this book. There's lots of stock. The lady who runs Colourful Birdhouse, Juliet, is absolutely lovely. She's so helpful, and I know that she has some of his other books as well. She has the Irene book. She has Zemel Jasnova by Tomislav Tomic, and she, I think, will be having Villain San by Tomislav Tomic. Or she got it already. I think it's on there already, so if you wanted his new book as well, you can go there. So link's going to be in the description. Now price. So as you can probably imagine, a book of this quality and rarity, and obviously with it being by a illustrator who isn't owned by a publishing house, if that makes sense, so it's not mass produced is what I'm trying to say. You are going to be paying a premium for this. So $29.99 in dollars, US dollars. Obviously the prices differ depending where you are, but Juliet does post worldwide. So what you need to do is go onto Etsy, you need to put in your country, and your shipping price will appear. Now the shipping price does change whether you're having one copy or more of the book, and also obviously what book it is because of the different weights and sizes. So go in the description, check out the Etsy page where you can buy Sèrene and other quite difficult to source books. And yeah, if you're in the UK, you're going to be looking at around about $16 shipping to the UK. So it is quite a substantial purchase. It's definitely something you're going to have to consider. It's not a one-click thing. But if you do love the artwork like I do and you want a seriously well-made book, something that's beautiful quality and where the illustrations are just unique and amazing, then you need to get yourself a copy of Sèrene. So I really hope you've enjoyed watching my review of the book. If you have, please leave me a comment. I love to hear from you. Do click the thumbs up because that helps people find my channel. And of course, subscribe if you like the content that I'm putting out. So many, many thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon on Colour with Claire.